Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. My name's Neil. Today, we are going to rank the NHL scoreboards, the score clocks, the jumbotrons, whatever you want to call them. I really don't care. I'm going to call them scoreboards. That's what I'm going to title this video. I have done this before, actually, on the original Post to Post channel. That was a fun video. I did it by popular request, and it's kind of come up again on this channel. So I figured, you know what? There has been some updates in the NHL as far as these score clocks and scoreboards and stuff. So maybe I should kind of redo this. So that's what this is. And I've gone through all 31 teams. I have ranked them. And I have found these renderings actually that you're about to see on thefaceoff.net. And what an amazing site that is. Like, truly amazing site. They have renderings of the jumbotrons or the scoreboards, center ice. You can see all the center ice designs. One of my favorite sites as a hockey fan. If you do not have that bookmarked, you really should. So I will say this very quickly before I get into this. You will likely not agree with my ranking, okay? If it raises your blood pressure, if you get upset, there's things you can do. You longtime viewers will already know these things. Sometimes peeling an orange releases some stress. Drinking a Yoo-Hoo, having a popsicle. If you got any of those things handy, you might want to grab it, because I'm sure someone out there is going to get their nipples in a twist about this. Well, let's get going. Number 31, I have ranked the Washington Capitals. Ooh, maybe a little offensive already. It looks very modern. The underneath is pretty cool, but honestly, there's so much going on. It's an overload of like visual busyness and information. Like, that's great that the screens are up there. It's great that it's 19 stories tall, but there's just so much going on. It's just I can't take it. I can't hack it. So honestly, for that reason, it's just the size of it and everything that's going on is just too much for me. That's what she said. Number 30, the Calgary Flames. Kind of for the same reason. Look, there's flames that are coming out of this. That is the most redeeming quality, and that's amazing. But there's 1 screen, 2 screen, 3 screen, 4 screen, 5 screen, 6 screen, and this is just in one section. It is so busy. There's so much going on, and I know it's an old arena, okay? I know the Saddle Dome was old. Maybe they haven't updated this in a long time, but maybe that's why it's near the bottom of my list. Number 29, the San Jose Sharks. I know that this jumbotron is likely extremely old. I like the metal kind of aspect of it. That I'm assuming that's there to mimic the outside of the building as well. But to me, the screens are pretty small. This needs updated. Number 28, the Winnipeg Jets. Kind of for the same reason, small screens. I think it's kind of old school, hasn't been updated in a long time. I like the part at the top, though. Number 27, the Ottawa Senators. This is the most generic, like typical score clock jumbotron I've ever seen. It is not amazing. It is not terrible. It's just what it is. I don't like the aspect ratio of the 4x3 square. That needs to be widescreen. 26, the Chicago Blackhawks. This one is really interesting. It's intriguing, but kind of like Washington and that other one, there's so much going on. I'm sure that the screen that's actually showing the game here that we're looking at is huge, but everything else around it is just also huge, that it makes it not look huge. Does that make sense? Relatively, it's just so much going on. It's crazy. So for that reason, it's low. 25, Columbus Blue Jackets, kind of like Ottawa. I just feel like this is maybe just a bit of a generic jumbotron here, score clock, whatever. Don't hate it, don't love it. 24, Pittsburgh Penguins. A lot going on. I don't like the top. It feels out of place because that thing has a weird shape. It's not square because it's got these other little angles on it, but then the top is round and then underneath is round, so it feels unbalanced or something. I'm not exactly sure. I do like that the aspect ratio is whatever it is, 6x4 or 16x9 or whatever. 23, Buffalo Sabres. The top is interesting. I like the bottom. The screen is small. This looks maybe a little bit outdated, but the top is interesting. If you look at the entire thing as a whole, it kind of looks like a crown because of the the little notches on top. I don't know. If I were to rank these again, I might put this up, I might put this down. I'm undecided on the top. What do you guys think? Number 22, the Anaheim Ducks. I like the big side of that, but the other side, like the screen is literally half the size or maybe less than that. So anyone sitting on the end is going to have a worse experience than anyone sitting on the side, just from a score clock perspective. Number 21, sorry, the LA Kings. I'm very used to seeing this because that's such a famous arena, but it feels slightly outdated. The score clocks along the corners or edges feel too big. They feel like they're big, almost bigger than the screen that's above. And I know that, why do you need a big giant screen to watch the game when you're at the game? Like, you're not going to be looking up to see the game, but you do see replays, and I feel like this is just a little bit too small. Number 20, Florida Panthers. Kind of generic. Like, I would say there's nothing super special about this. It looks like a decent size. I like the logo kind of on the corners. Number 19, the Boston Bruins. I've actually seen this one in person, and I like the top of it. I said this in a recent video talking about helmet ads or sponsors and how TD was on Boston Bruins helmet, and it's green. It doesn't match their branding. It doesn't match their color scheme. But I'm just so used to associating TD Garden or TD Bank with the Boston Bruins that that color almost works for me. So I kind of like seeing the TD logo up there. It adds to their branding a little bit, and that's not, like, as a consumer, that's exactly what companies want you to say or want to hear. 98% of the time, marketing does not work, but it does here for me. Number 18, the Vancouver Canucks. I've seen this not in person, but in the game or on TV hundreds of times. I watch as many Vancouver games as I can, and now that they're in the North Division, I see this quite a bit. Number 17, the Islanders. So this was kind of a bit of a weird one because there's a Coliseum, then there's a new arena, then there's Barclays Center. I decided to use the Barclays Center one, even though they don't play there. But still, it's nicer than the Coliseum one, so I wanted to give them the best chance that they had. I'm still not crazy on this one. It reminds me of the Pittsburgh one a little bit. I like the colors of this better, and the overall kind of layout, the edges, I think, are a little bit better. Number 16, the Dallas Stars. Pretty decent. I don't know if I like the tilted screen, because I've sat near the top of an NHL game because I'm cheap and I can't afford. I've never sat in the lower bowl of an NHL game. My pockets aren't that deep. But I wonder if the people sitting up top have a weird perspective of that screen because it's pointed down, so they would almost be at a weird angle to see it. If you've been to the American Airlines Center, please let me know. I'd be curious about that. Number 15, the St. Louis Blues. I believe this was a new score clock as of a couple of years ago. I'd say it's pretty average. It looks modern, and I like the screens underneath. Number 14, the Edmonton Oilers. Kind of for the same reason, modern score clock in a way. The screens underneath it are pretty cool. I'm sure the players appreciate that. Number 13, the Montreal Canadiens. Pretty big jumbotron here, or score clock. Screens are huge. Heck yeah. And yeah, I can know what to say. Number 12, Toronto Maple Leafs. Screens on the bottom are awesome. Big screen up top. I would say this is kind of the perfect generic score clock. Number 11, Madison Square Garden, an iconic one. Love seeing a Madison Square Garden, just big letters up there on top. I really like that. And right aspect ratio, decent size actual score section above that. So good job, Rangers. Number 10, the Arizona Coyotes. This thing is huge, and it is a modern version of an... It is... I'm going to word this. It's a no-frills score clock. There's nothing circling around up top. There's nothing on the bottom. It's a generic score clock, but a modern version of that, if that makes sense. I love how big the screen is. That is awesome. Number 9, the Vegas Golden Knights. This one I've actually seen in person. Not many of these I've seen in person. This one is one of them. It is not the prettiest. It is not the most modern, but I've seen it in person. I know what it's like, so probably biasedly it's a little higher than it should be, but I like this one a lot. Number 8, the Minnesota Wild. Look at the trees on the bottom there. That's freaking amazing. I love that. I love the trees down there. That's a nice little subtle touch that adds to their brand. The top is very nice as well, and it's a big one. Number 7, the Little Caesars Arena. The entire thing is basically a screen. How do you not have this in your top 15 if you're ranking these or top 10? This is amazing. I absolutely love it. And then all the screens underneath as well. This is awesome. Number 6, the Pepsi, or I guess it's technically the Ball Arena or the Balls Arena, or whatever the heck it's called these days. But look, this is the perfect example. It's a rectangle, and then it's got a bigger screen on the end to kind of compensate. I really like this one quite a bit. I would love to see this in person someday. Number 5, the Nashville Predators. Look at this, and this entire thing, this position of this entire thing is because of what's on the corners. Those little sections are made to look like teeth that matches their brand. Like, that is so genius. I love that. So huge shout out to the Predators for having that as part. Shout out to the Nashville Predators for having that a part of their score clock. It is almost midnight as I'm filming this. And I get up at 5 a.m. It's one of those days. Number 4, the Philadelphia Flyers. What the hell is going on here? This looks like, I don't know, it looks weird. You ever see those pillows that you can buy that you put between your legs when you sleep? And that's what this looks like, but it's kind of cool. Like, that's why I have it where it is, because it's totally different than anything else available, and I like uniqueness. So good job, Flyers. Number 3, the New Jersey Devils. You can't really tell from this photo or this rendering, but this thing is absolutely massive. Like, it's ridiculously big. It's unnecessarily big, but that's what makes it amazing. I like it. Number 2, the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is kind of the perfect, in a way, and this is a kind of a bad rendering. If you see it from different angles, it looks way better. But this one looks really good from kind of like the side. It's huge. It's modern. Heck yeah. Number 1, the Carolina Hurricanes. I think this one overall is one of the best designed ones. It's got the screens underneath so the players can see, and anyone sitting in the lower bowl. It's got a big screen on the side, and it's got a pretty decent size screen on the edge too, but it wraps around on the corners, so it helps the people kind of like off at an angle as well. To me, this is the perfect one. So good job, Carolina. I think this may be the first time I've ever ranked you first in anything, possibly. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit the like button on this, share it around, send it to your friend, send it to your brother, your sister, your grandmother. I would be curious to know their comments as well down below in the comment section, and make sure you include yours, because I want to know which score clock you like the best, which one you like the least, and yeah, just give it to me. You want to list them all? You want to list your full ranking? You do it. I will read it. I read all the comments. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.